Yo, y'all know what time it is, man. We like to welcome y'all to another episode, man, of the Texans on 3 podcast, man. I know it's been a minute. Y'all already know, man, during this off season, there don't be a whole lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to try to bore y'all with, the rigmarole of, I'm not even going to say what I've been seeing out there, but, man, I promise you, boy, people have been reaching to get y'all some kind of content or whatever, but try to bring y'all real authentic content, man, and it's getting close to training camp, so it's about to go down, so we back in the building. I'm going to bring up my guys right now, man. Y'all already know, if I'm in the building, y'all already know that my guy Patton is not too far behind. To bring my guy up, man, we got the guy Patton in the building, aka the streets, aka the mailman, aka
Draft Guard activated.
Definitely activated, man. Hey, y'all know we got Killer Cal in the building. He should be coming in a little bit. He's not in here right now, but he'll definitely be coming in a little bit. As a matter of fact, taking his place right now, man. We're gonna bring in. He used to play with Prince back in the day, man. The Doctor. Hey, but now serious business though. Doctor used to be my favorite person in the Prince and the Revolution group. But other than that, man, we got Dr. Larry Payton in the building, man. So y'all know it's about to go down. Hey, it's been a while. I know y'all probably feel like I feel, man. It's not been a lot of Texans news that that we can actually talk about, man. It's been dry. It's been a real dry spell, and we're gonna need some help from y'all out there though. But we get by with a little help from our friends. You know what I'm saying? And so, Beatles reference for y'all that don't know. But anyway, how y'all guys doing, man?
Bless.
Yes, sir. Good to be seen.
Good to be seen and not viewed. Seen and not viewed. That's what this OG used to tell me. But now most definitely it's good seeing y'all guys, man. Definitely a highlight of the day is chopping it up with this Texans with y'all, man. So definitely I'm kind of lost, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. And I apologize because I know I'm the host. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I have not been seeing anything that's been going on with the Texans lately, except, old news and things that we already heard about. I've seen people, like, when I say that it's dry content, I've been seeing people put up some of the craziest things. I seen somebody say that we ought to trade C.J. Stroud for Daniels, for Jaden Daniels. I done seen some other, y'all came across any kind of just crazy asinine. Oh, what about the Danielle Hunter for TJ Watt? Like, what? Like, okay.
Well, I saw something crazy today. Some very well-known social media person, and I don't have his name right off, but he said that the Texans won the DeAndre Hopkins trade to the Cardinals because there was a mysterious 4th round pick included in that trade that eventually led to a trade combination that landed Nico Collins.
Yeah, I seen that.
I seen that. What do y'all think about that? I kind of agreed with it. I mean, I know it's reaching because, boy, at that time we was not thinking that at that time. None of us was thinking. As a matter of fact, right? Let's go. Let's zoom in a little bit. When y'all first got word of that trade, right? What was the like? Because it was nothing good to see out of that, but did y'all try to make yourself like?
Listen, I can tell you exactly where I was that day it happened, exactly what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was at work. I was approaching the 3500 block of Linkwood. I'm listening. I'm telling you.
Shout out Brandon, man.
I'm listening to 610. Clint Sterner, he broke the news. So I want to say, is it Clint or John Lopez? One of the two. But I'm at work and I'm hearing this shit. So I say, damn, before I get upset or mad, I said, okay, well, damn, David Johnson's a good running back.
I tried to. I was doing the
I
same
was
thing.
like, we're gonna run the ball. He can get 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. That's it. That's how we got. Like, and I purposely kept that on my mind to negate how I really felt, because as time went by, when that season rolled around, and you got to see that shit show, it was like, oh god, bro, that was the beginning of the demise of this team.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what you thought about it, Doc?
It just added to the disdain for Bill O'Brien. We knew that he was a control freak, egomaniac, and this trade just showed that he could just be abused by all the other GMs that would take advantage of him in the trade. And I don't think that the Texans won the trade, because we've been through two other GMs. It was Caserio that eventually used that capital to draft the guy, to take a chance on the guy. Let's be honest. He took a chance on Nico Collins, and it has paid off. But Nico Collins didn't play the COVID year at Michigan. And he had a decent Senior Bowl and his combine. I don't think he worked out at the combine either. But it was really a reach to get him in the third round, and it worked out. But if Bill O'Brien would have still been the GM and it developed where he drafted Nico Collins, then I would give credit for it. But it was just a combination of leftover draft assets, if you would, because Bill O'Brien had traded away most of the draft assets for Laramie Tunsil anyway.
Let me tell you, like, this is one point about it that I noticed about it that kind of pissed me off. Bill O'Brien, instead of trying to get something to help the team, he actually wanted to make DeAndre Hopkins look bad. I think sometime when you see, and y'all might think I'm looking a little too deep into this, but when you look at, and I see this happen in the league a lot, probably not as much now, but you used to see it happen a lot, and it was a person's track record. Sometimes, I don't know if your track record affects your money or some kind of way behind the thing, we don't know, but I know that there will be sometimes where a team will trade a player away for peanuts just to make you look bad. Honestly, like they honestly do it so that you look bad. Like, so it's on your track record that, hey, you actually got traded for a third rounder or a second rounder and not multiple firsts. You get what I'm saying? Because DeAndre was a type of receiver that we should at least, because he wasn't in his prime, but he wasn't too far from his prime, and we should at least got a first round for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We should at least got a first round.
He was definitely in his prime. I mean, it was one of the years with those four quarterbacks that he had, Mallet. I can't name all four of them, but one year the dude had 111 catches, 1,500 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Like, DeAndre should have went for, a first and a third, or 2 seconds, or a first and they should have got a haul for him. But Bill O'Brien reminds me of one of those old high school coaches. I'd rather lose without you than win with you. It's kind of almost like, look, I just get out of here. I don't need you. Instead of, and that was more of an emotional. I've never seen a professional, quote unquote, acting general manager be so emotional to the point that he just give you away. Because
that's what
whatever's happening.
That's what I felt
it's
like.
just like
you got into it about your baby mama and all this coming. I'm gonna make you look bad. Like I'm gonna affect you in your legacy, and that's what I felt. I felt like what Bill O'Brien did was straight up, like you say, Cal. This was like personal. Like I don't. It's not that I'm even trying to get you off the team so we can get a first round and we can make the team better. That wasn't his first. That wasn't at the front of his mind. His front. He was just like, I'm gonna teach the team a lesson by teaching the best player, one of the best players. And to me, I think that that's the worst thing you can do as a coach, because what you're doing is you're not disciplining. You're not making a team say, "Oh shit, if he did it to DeAndre, he'll do it to me." No, you're making them say the exact same thing, but in a different tone. You're making them say they did that to DeAndre. Like that's how you're not making them look at it like, "Oh shit, they did that to him. It could happen to me." No, you did that to DeAndre.
31 general managers had I bet you every last one of them was like, what the, you know what? Mm-hmm. Because he was an acting GM. They knew that he was not a general manager. Like, he bullied his way into that position. He called Cal. Cal inherited that job, and really the prior 17, 18 years when his dad was living, it's not like Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones. But, you could tell Stephen Jones is very active. Cal just seemed like he was just there, just happy to be there. And then the debts come, and it's like, hey, man, you got to run this multi-billion-dollar company. It's like, oh, really? And it was almost like whatever Cal was told, Cal was just going to do it. Oh, that's how you want it done? Oh, you don't want Andre Johnson around? Okay. You want to get rid of this guy? Okay, whatever. It took Hannah McNair, in my opinion, it took Hannah to say, hey, you're going to have to, let them things hang. And we're going to start making some changes, because you're really looking foolish out there. And then you started to see him start to connect with the fans, flipping hamburgers, tapping into the culture.
About to say that.
Pinky ring.
And
hey,
pinky ring. Shout out.
Hey, I'm probably the big old H-Town chain. like, bruh, like it was done so abruptly that it almost seemed like BS for a moment. It almost was like, and I don't know if all of us as fans felt that. Like in the beginning, it was like, hold on, like, but after a while, you could tell it was like genuine. And I don't know, I still could be getting fooled, but I just felt like it was genuine. It's like it was like, hold on, this guy, like what Cal was doing was something that he had been sitting behind his father contemplating for a long time. He had to have thought like, man, if maybe if we did this and actually had some H-Town with some screw and this and that, and we incorporate the H-Town blue into the uniforms, like, man, the city will get behind this team. And, his dad probably was like, no, we handle this like how, Jerry down the road, like I'm trying to be like Jerry Jones one day. And you know what I'm saying? I think that Cal just let loose. I think, like you say, Hannah opened the door for him to do it, but I think these are ideas that Cal been having just growing up in Houston. I think he was like, hey, I got okay, y'all want me to do what I've been saying I wanted to do? And they asked Janice. Janice okayed it. And then you see we get boxes.
Cal and Hannah was on the was Lopez and Landry show. They was going on FM radio. They was doing, they did a tailgate with, shout out to Sarge. They did a tailgate interview with Sarge. Like, Figgy was very visible with them. So it was more like we're trying to show the fans that we are, Cal was moving kind of stiff. And Hannah was just pretty solid. She just played her role. She's like, hey, I'm gonna let y'all handle it. But it just got to the point that it was like, well, look, we're not gonna lose it. And plus the other stuff that was going on with the other sibling and the mom and all that little fiasco. So she told Cal, like, you got to step up or we can actually lose this, what we already have.
Because I didn't know this.
I don't. Well, I think it was somewhat dealing with the Doc may know a little bit better, but the mom health was declining, and you had one son that wanted to be like, you know what? Let me not put it out there because we are being recorded, and I don't want to make a false statement.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's well documented. If you can Google it and read up on it.
I have to check into it.
You'll get the facts on that. Yeah.
Yeah, good point, Cal. I don't know blow by blow the details, but as you said, there was some family tension going on, and it went the legal route to declare Mrs. McNair incompetent, so that uh, the older brother, I believe his name is Kerry, could take over as power of attorney and all of the assets, which included the Texans.
And he probably would have wanted to try to sell the team, probably.
I'm not sure what his plan was, but as a fan, I was calling for the big brother to step in because Cal was such a disaster for those 3 years with Jag Easterby in the building.
Oh, you didn't want nothing New England. You was like, he's too New England for you.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm not sure what the older brother had planned, but it worked out. Janice McNair maintained her control of all of her assets, and she declared Cal as the chairman and CEO of the Texans.
What? Look, let me ask you this question.
The voting member for the organization.
Not to cut you off, Doc, but why we got you here? Why we have you here? Because I know people always hearing us making references to the keys jingling whenever we are talking about New England. And you are like the poster boy in Houston, especially on our show. We use you when it's anything anti-New England. We talking about Dr. Larry Payton. And what we want to know, because I think we talked about it before, but I want to go a little bit in depth, right? Because I still get confused a little bit. I still don't understand. Okay, this is the question. I'm gonna just ask the question. When the Lakers were real good, right? When the Lakers was winning all the time, I couldn't stand the Lakers, right? I couldn't stand Kobe Bryant. I just didn't like the Lakers at all. And it's because they won all the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had an aunt, I still got an aunt, my Aunt Maxine. My Aunt Maxine, she wears New England Patriots jerseys, Tom Brady jerseys, all this stuff. All when they were good, winning championships, right? And I would tell her all the time when I seen her, I would be like, "You ain't even been to New England before. Why are you such a New England Patriot fan?" I'm like, "That is low hanging fruit." She was like, "Cause they win," and I'm like, "Yeah, of course you like them because they win, but wouldn't you rather ride with your team and be like, one day y'all will actually be winners and you don't have to just go with who's winning?" Like, I never liked the sports fans like that. Not a personal dislike, but I didn't like their sports choices when they picked their teams because they just wanted to run with whoever was winning. So my question is this: is it that you have a problem with New England because they were so good during those times? Because I didn't like Tom Brady myself neither during that time. Is that what it has something to kind of do with it? Or is it because everybody who's left New England and has tried to take that formula elsewhere has not succeeded with it? Does that have something to do with it? Oh, I hit it. Okay. I hit it right there. Okay.
That's it. Let me bring the camera closer so everybody can see me.
Got them keys.
I got the keys.
Bill Belichick, GOAT. Tom Brady, GOAT. The disciples are not GOATs, which include Romeo Cornell, Charlie Weiss, Eric Mangini, Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels, Bob Quinn.
You hitting that out of the park. I ain't gonna lie.
Thomas Dimitrov,
Flores.
You go on and on. All these guys took the New England way and the game plan offense to.
AD say, what about Mike Vrabel though?
Mike Vrabel did not coach in New England.
He's there now.
If you want to make him a Patriot way, that's fine. He made an AFC championship. Bill O'Brien was the most successful coach out of that tree. He had several division championships, and we all hated him. The Patriot way does not work without Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. It's been proven over and over. And so each time an organization takes a trip down that Patriot lane, they end up in bad situation. When there's other chains, i.e., the Bill Walsh tree, or um, the Andy Reid tree, the Jimmy Johnson tree, the uh, uh,
Yeah.
Don Shula tree, the Mike Reeves tree, the Mike Shanahan tree, all these other trees have been successful. Their
Alex,
subordinates have gone on to see success with proven systems and schemes, regardless of what generational quarterback they had to go with them. And so that's what it always boils down to me, that not only were folks bringing in a certain type of atmosphere and to the organization, but they were bringing an offensive scheme that had not seen any success outside of New England. And
Why you
so,
think that? Why you think that that they wasn't having that success though, Doc? Why you think that even though they try to take this system across the NFL, that it wasn't having success?
well, if you notice, the bulk of New England's Super Bowl runs came down to close games, close finishes, where Belichick's genius of making other teams uncomfortable would come into play. I believe their first three Super Bowl championships were all won at a last minute field goal. They won one Super Bowl on the 1 yard line when Russell Wilson was picked off instead of handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch.
Hey
They
man, you
won
making
one
some
Super
points.
Bowl 13-9. So I'm just pointing out that the system fit that team and that dynasty, but it was not transferable. It's almost like taking Walmart and trying to make Walmart HEB in Texas. That ain't gonna happen. HEB runs HEB, but Walmart is great off everywhere else, but you can't take it everywhere. So that's not a fit without those key pieces of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Hey, these say Sean McVay has had success with game playing offense.
We can debate that, and I've been on his show. Shout out to the H Town
One
Rundown.
down.
I disagree that Sean McVay has a game plan offense. Sean McVay is from the Shanahan tree, so a West Coast offense. He may be using some principles from the Earhart scheme, but I would argue that it is a West Coast principled offense.
Okay. So, Patton, I want to ask you something. How do you look at that? Like, do you look at that exactly like how Doc looks at that, or do you have a different way of looking at that? The whole situation of that Patton. I mean, not Patton, but Patriots. It's funny that it's Pat and Patriots, but that whole Patriots thing, and us, taking on that offense. And like, do you think it's a crutch? Do you think that being that we have CJ Stroud, that we have somebody that can actually run that offense like it should be ran?
I'm gonna explain it to you like this, and this is gonna make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
There has not been incompetent Ohio State quarterback to come in the league and take it by storm. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There also hasn't been many people to come from New England to really find success at the highest level. Vrabel with the Titans made the AFC Championship game. Bill O'Brien racked up a shitload of division championships. division titles. Okay, that's success in its own way, but it wasn't long-term success. So the jury is still out. I mean, you still have guys from New England like spread it out across the league until one of those guys pop and actually make it work. Even if they have to go back home to make it work, you know what I'm saying? Still makes it work. Same thing with CJ. CJ is going into year 3. There are other Ohio State quarterbacks out there in the league right now outside of him, Justin Fields, but the jury is still out on Justin Fields. One guy just got drafted to Pittsburgh, Will Howard. Pittsburgh quarterback situation is real fluky because you don't know what you're getting with Aaron Rodgers. So,
and I think you're getting it, and not to shoot down Aaron Rodgers or nothing like that, but bro, I just could not be excited if he was the starting quarterback on my team. Looking at this dude, did y'all see his picture? The picture that he took with the Steelers holding the football. You know, when you take it's like your class picture or whatever it was. Man.
Hey, Nitty, I think you are going a little far on that.
Oh man, what you trying to say? Use an Aaron Rodgers?
I'm saying desperate teams for quarterback. Anybody is a hope. I remember at one point as
Texans you see fans, that
dude? At one point as Texans fans, we were excited that Tony Romo would consider coming to
the Yo, no, for real, I remember that. I remember one time, bro, thinking that Jake Delhomme.
Yeah, when you don't
he
have
went to the Super Bowl before, he can do it again.
Hey, bro, Ryan Mallett was a shining star for 2 weeks.
Hey, I was a truther. I was a Mallett truther, bro. I was like, man, ain't nobody in the NFL ever threw the ball that hard, man. Like, man, ain't nobody gonna be able to intercept them because it's going through their hands.
I wanted to sign him to a 3-year deal right away because we were in quarterback purgatory.
Yeah, so you're right. I take that back. There are probably some teams out there, even the Cleveland Browns, I think, would be happy right now with Aaron Rodgers. It's just that, man, when you see that picture, it's like, bro, I know that, you know, people don't mostly dye their beards or whatever, but he needed something to make, or shave it all the way off, something to not make you look like you was a fan. Because actually, they didn't even look like Aaron Rodgers holding the football. They looked like somebody with a Steelers jersey on holding the football, and they gave you a picture when you came to the game. And I promise, it made me think that how is this man gonna fare out on this field with youngsters in their 20s and in early 30s just running around with their hair on fire? Like, dude gonna have to have the most maximum protection ever, because I'm telling you, man, he one sack away, I think, to, you know, being on that bench and somebody else starting. But yeah, I definitely think that Aaron Rodgers is I don't know, he'll surprise me though, because somebody actually said that that's somebody in the AFC that we need to worry about. Like, that's somebody that, you know.
Listen, man, if there's going to be one coach from the New England tree that I have to put my bottom dollar on, it'll be Brian Flores. He's an extraordinary defensive coordinator. With the right team in the right situation, he can make some noise. Now, the jury's still out. I mean, hell, this CJ first 2 years, you can argue who was going to argue back with you, but they were identical years. The numbers were identical. The only thing the difference was the sack numbers was up and interceptions was up, but they damn near the same year. Was it regression? It was more so of a team regression. But dude, you can't name me one Ohio State quarterback right now outside of CJ that's won a playoff game, that's had some type of success.
Hold on. No, I'm thinking the wrong person. I'm thinking no. You're right. I don't think one has.
I mean, they play my team every year. Like, I've seen all these quarterbacks, bro, from Braxton Miller when he was a QB to move to receiver.
What do y'all think about?
So you're saying you don't hold systems and programs against an individual player. You allow them to blaze their own path.
You got to prove it, dude. Tom Brady is the best quarterback ever in the NFL. He's from my school, but he wasn't elite at Michigan. He was very, very mediocre. He was very regular.
So that makes both of y'all right about the system, because if Tom Brady didn't end up in that system that he was in,
it's the player. Tom Brady, like, as he got there, he learned what they were teaching or coaching, but it's the player. How fast
You
can
saying he picked up something with New England that he didn't pick up in Michigan because he wasn't starting naturally.
I mean, he played games, started a few games, but I mean, he wasn't spectacular. If I run down you the all Ohio State quarterbacks that have been drafted, just drafted, not position wise, like round wise, but just drafted. Fields, Braxton Miller. Well, even though Braxton Miller was moved to receiver for Justin Fields, Terrell Pryor, same situation. 12 gauge, Cardell Jones, JT Barrett. Now with CJ, like, dude, out of everybody I just named, 12 gauge won them a championship. Pryor didn't, Braxton didn't,
What
Fields
was the
didn't.
guy? Lord, I mean, Loris the Soul, the guy that passed away.
Dwayne Haskins. Not Haskins. Hawkins.
Haskins.
No, it was Haskins. Haskins. He was at Ohio State too, right?
Yeah. I mean, before CJ, I would bet my bottom dollar he would be the one that would break that curse. You know what I'm saying?
I thought so too,
but still though. So right now, like, you can't judge a position from a school that for a guy to come in hasn't been, elite just yet. Right now, the best we got right now is CJ, and depending on how you feel about Justin Fields.
Yeah, and I mean that's a good argument. I actually am more fair about individual players because players have to be play under a system, whatever program, whatever coaching they're under, and that's why I would really give the player the benefit of the doubt, which is different than the New England way, the Bill Belichick way, with Tom Brady being able to transfer all the winning they did to another organization is very different. Even if he had one or two of those assistants who were successful, it'd be a different discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But people can't really point to another time when that offense was successful somewhere else. It went everywhere, all across the league.
I think, you know what I think?
Josh McDaniel had Kyle Orton running it.
I think when they say game plan offense, I don't think they mean that. What I mean by that is because as I'm listening to y'all talk, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, a game plan, a true game plan offense would be, offensive coordinator installing new plays that, maybe they ain't even run in training camp or whenever. These are just new, like, hey, look, y'all, I think this week I looked at this and I came up with something. I'm gonna need y'all to study this week. So it's like your offense will literally be having to learn a new offense throughout the year if it's a true game plan. What I think it is that they had multiple ways that they would attack a team, and it was A, B, or C, and they would pick which one that they're gonna run this week. Okay, look, we got 12 plays that we run with A, 12 plays we run with B, and 12 we run with C. This week we going with A, or we going with B because of this certain team. They good at stopping the run, but they bad at the pass. Or they linebacker core is pretty bad, so we can attack the middle of the field. I don't think that they were coming up with just new offense. This was just an offense that, I don't know. Does that kind of make sense to y'all? Like, it wasn't a true game plan offense. Like, he was literally going to come up with a new offense every week.
That is what they do.
Hold on. So, what made it so special, bro? Every team they played against, what made a game plan is they would attack the weakness of their defense and the weakness of the offense. If they were going into a game and they knew cornerback 2 can't hold water, the outside linebacker is not good at pass coverage, they're going to attack that side, and they're going to attack that side all damn game.
See, Brandon said what I'm thinking. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, they were trying to hide stuff by saying that. Like, yeah, we're game. That's almost like a strategy. Think about it. If you tell somebody, look, we ain't running the same offense every week, we're gonna run something different. That's strategy.
No, let me expound on that. So the New England game plan offense is rooted in what's called a Ron Perkins Earhart offense, which is a scheme that is multiple sets, multiple formation, pro style. But what New England did was took that offense and they would change it every week to where they never really had a go-to play. They never had a go-to scheme. To Patton's point, they would attack the other team's weaknesses. But my point of what makes me not like that scheme is that your team never gets good at anything. So if we go back to the Bill O'Brien days, we were never good at short yardage. We could never execute in the crunch time because our offense was not comfortable at doing anything because we ran so many different things.
Hey, what's up, Sarge, in the building?
Sarge, I see the Texans tailgate talk.
I already know. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
But I don't want y'all to take the whole conversation because I will take y'all all the way to Foxborough. We will go all down to the Quincy Market and to Rhode Island talking trash about that organization.
No, but look, this is what we're gonna do. Let's take a detour. Killer, what's something that you've been seeing out there in the Texans world that's that you would consider news heading into training camp?
Man, you still have a lot of people concerned about the O-line. The only thing I can tell people is you just have to wait until preseason to see what combinations that they want to do. And I think really as the common fan, just the everyday common fan, this is going to be the first year, I promise you, and I'm talking about content creators in this city and on radio and abroad. It's going to be the first time that they ever paid attention to the offensive line because they never knew what they were looking at from the beginning. Like they think that you could just stand in front of a guy. Hey, you 315 pounds, he's 260. You 6'4", he's 6'1.5". You should be able to hold him. Like, it's just not that simple. So I think now, since we didn't blow up the whole entire offensive line like some people suggested, since we didn't draft linemen from pick 1 to all the way to pick 7, you had this uneasiness of people still kind of, antsy about the offensive line. And I just say, look, you just got to let everything play itself out. I see a lot of people are starting to say, one thing is going to be interesting about this season is Kirk is going to get. I think Kirk is going to have. Let's just say if he plays 17 games, he's going to have a pretty good career. That the Texans is going to be, and I think maybe Patton has said this the last show or something, that the Texans are going to have to make a decision on what they want to do as far as bringing him back because my prediction already is, people predict an AFC Championship game, but I like C.J. Gardner-Johnson said, they didn't bring me here to go to the AFC Championship game. They didn't bring me here just to get to the Super Bowl. I think when it's all said and done, that 53 that we picked in that first game of the season, everybody in that locker room is going to understand that this is a Super Bowl winning contending team. And when you have that mindset, your mindset is different from the fans because I think the fans are so timid that if we made it to the AFC Championship game and lost, you're going to have at least 45 to 55% of the fan base say, well, at least we made it there because we never got there before. Mm-hmm. Well, me being a football fanatic and a fan and watching my team and knowing my team, that wouldn't satisfy me. If I say we're going to win the Super Bowl, that's what I'm saying, we're going to win the Super Bowl. So I think the interesting thing is Kirk is going to have a crazy year, and we're going to have to consider what we're going to do with him because if we win the Super Bowl, he might chase some more money, or he might just say, "I like it here," and then let's work something out. But we're gonna have half of the fan base gonna be Higgins fans, and the other half of it gonna be Noel fans, and that's gonna be interesting to see those two rookies come in and put something on film that's gonna make the city excited to have two young rookies, wide receivers, put something on film and make people excited. So, that's pretty much what I'm seeing.
Speaking of the Wookiee, I said Wookiee, the rookie wide receiver. Y'all heard how the Texans have supposedly broke the lead by, and we. Oh man, ain't that crazy? That's crazy right there, bro.
Wow.
I got the Wookiee. Hey, that's why I said it, bro. That's why I said it. But but anyway. Man, shout out Sarge. Sarge say, I was told by a player that Titus Howard has really stepped into that leadership role. And I think that's super dope. And I think the question that Larry proposed right after is actually pretty interesting too. Like, if he stepped into that leadership role, Larry, I think he got to be happy if playing right guard. Because I think if he was frustrated, he wouldn't be no leader. I think he'll be, let me see. Hold up. Sarge say, he doesn't mind it from what I was told. He wants to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And that's what it seems like from Titus. Like, I think I was surprised as many as all of y'all was when he got that right tackle, when he signed the contract and he put on his, in the description of his Twitter, I think he said right tackle only. Yeah, and we were all like, I ain't gonna lie, even me, I was like, hold on, I ain't never really just heard bro just put his foot down and say something like that. But we seen that he had to even switch that year as fast as he was thinking that he was only going to play right tackle. And I think as long as they don't make Titus sign what they call it, a pay reduction, a reduction in pay or whatever, I think he's going to be doing whatever the team want him to do. As long as they paying him like a right tackle, he good.
Well, across the league, guards are getting paid. I don't know if y'all saw Trey Smith get his big money this week. He got 4-year, $94 million extension.
But back to what I was saying about the rookie, the Texans breaking the contracts. Breaking the lead with that contract. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think the ramifications are?
The first time he did it with DP. And DP was, I think, a 4th round pick. I also feel like you getting out ahead of something that's already on the way. When you guarantee guys' contract, it's already set in stone. Like, it ain't guaranteed that, hey, number one, it's not guaranteed that every player that's drafted is gonna live up to that potential of their contract, right? So you got one guy in the 2nd round that happened to be the best receiver that should have been in the 1st round, but falls to you in the 2nd pick of the 2nd round. I feel like they did him a service as if, hey, we should have got you in the 1st round, but we gambled and we still got you, so we're gonna take care of you. Now around the league, teams are like, oh shit, second round picks get paid some good money. Not like the 1st round, of course, because it's 1st round with the extra year. But dude, just same shit as the NBA. These guys sign their contract for the first 3 years, 4 years. All that money is guaranteed. So now you're seeing with the salary cap constantly going up the way it's going to go up, we're going to get to a point, dude, where you remember back in the day when Sam Bradford got drafted number 1 overall.
I knew you was about to say it. Ball, man. Pause.
Yeah, pause. That's 3 for the day. Back then, dog, 1st round, the 1st overall pick, that contract was like 70 million, 78 million, 80 million, something stupid. So the NFL and the NFLPA had to come together and say, hey, we can't keep allowing these guys coming in because Sam Bradford didn't live up to their contract.
Man, you know who really killed it? It was the person before him that got that big contract.
I want to say Stafford.
No, it wasn't Stafford. When did
you talking about Jamarcus Russell?
Jamarcus, bro.
Him too.
Jamarcus really on the cool. He put the writing on the wall. They was like, oh no, like come on, we got to start doing.
Think about it, dude. Like Stafford was serviceable. He didn't become elite until he left Detroit. And even if you
don't think he was elite in Detroit?
Excuse me, what's his name? Jared Goff has elevated that team, and he's nothing but a game manager.
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford with the same team. Granted, organization shift changes, coaches changes, and things of that nature. New players come in, come out, but the most important piece of your team is the QB. And you mean to tell me Matthew Stafford on Detroit couldn't take them where they went to, and they didn't really get far. And you had Megatron. Insert Jared Goff, head coach, different players. You put Stafford with the Rams, better offensive system, period. Better defense, period. He was the missing piece. Elevated them, and they won a Super Bowl. So
I disagree. Matthew Stafford's always been elite talent.
I feel like it.
I'm not saying he was bad in Detroit, but I'm saying if you're that damn good, that's just it's going to go up into wins. Detroit didn't win shit while he was there.
Well, they were on a trajectory to win. They were winning with Jim Caldwell, and then they fired him. There comes another one of my New England stories. Bob Quinn from New England was their general manager and screwed up the whole organization by firing Caldwell and hiring Matt Patricia.
Yep, that was ridiculous. That whole Matt Patricia thing. Ain't he an offensive coordinator now?
DC.
No, I'm telling you, he doing something.
Back to New England, he worked on the offensive side.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like you got fired from there, and you came back, and Bill O'Brien was like, "Look, go in that other office."
Let you know how New England is be trying shit.
But
yeah, when I
no, go ahead, Cam.
When I saw that, I say, because the argument was always, was it more Bill Belichick than Tom Brady and Belichick? When I saw Bill Belichick put Matt Patricia over the offense, and I forgot who he had calling the defense, I say this dude done lost his mind. I say I think it was more Tom Brady. Joe Judge.
Joe Judge was on offense with Patricia, but his son Steve and Mayo were on defense.
Yeah, I said, Tom Brady left, and granted, Tom Brady went to a team that was super talented, but when Tom Brady went to Tampa, I think Tom threw for like 5,400 yards. It was something crazy that he just, he carried that team, and it was like, okay. I mean, both of them worked pretty good together, but Tom, it's one of those things that one has won and the other one, he kind of faltered. So, yeah, that's crazy. I really think that with this system that we're going to have, I think you're going to see remnants, but I think he's just going to create something that's going to be, his own, because I think he's going to try to tap into CJ's talent and not try to, put CJ in a, making a square peg try to fit in a round hole.
And that's what I really think. That's a good point, Cal. And I don't want to be Mr. Negative. I do think CJ Stroud is positioned better than any other quarterback that we've had to be a quarterback in that system, because he is a pocket passer. He's highly intelligent, has good football IQ. He has a quick release, and he has good ball placement, and he protects the ball with low interception numbers. So I think that he can fit in any offense. What would concern me is Kaylee being able to develop enough scheme to help us out in crunch time. I mean, short yardage, tight ball games to get us over the top.
I think they a first year offensive coordinator, learning on the fly. I think two things that's really gonna, one thing he's gonna lean on is he have a background with tight ends. So I think the short yardage game, the short passing game, because New England did a lot of that passing in the slots and tight ends, that, and then also picking up Nick Chubb. And, when you need tough yards, you have two starting caliber running backs in the backfield. And so that kind of gives you breathing room that if it is, an incompletion on first down and the 2nd and 10, you probably can give it to Chubb or you can give it to Mixon and you can make it a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. And I think that's going to give him more time versus with Slowick, we'll run it on first down in the 2nd and 8. And then it'll be a short pass. And then it's, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. And those down 3rd and 5 is really, 75, 80% of the time it's a pass play. But I think with this running back tandem that we're going to have and passing out of the backfield into the tight ends, I think that's going to give him more time to find a comfort zone. So I think that, they're going to push the ball down the field because that's who Nico is.
You got to push it down the field.
And you got Higgins on the other side. You got,
Hurt. Four studs.
Yeah.
Like,
they're going to push that ball down the field, but I think that underneath is going to be like Kirk and Noel is going to eat majorly underneath. The tight ends are going to eat majorly. I think, me personally, I'm not a big fan of his, but I think Dalton Schultz make I can't even say a resurgence because he haven't even surged. But I think you're going to see a different Dalton Schultz because I think he'll be playing for a contract, if not here, somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think his playing time here is going to be over with because we got 2 young tight ends. One of them, Patton calls the GOAT, and the other one, you got. Hey, I got somebody there.
Man, K Stover is, and plus Jordan.
I like Brevin Jordan, man. I know a lot of people, half of the fan base is like, take away that one. But you can't take it away. It happened in the NFL game. It's just like saying, oh, take away David Pierce, 90-yard. Huh? Nobody else on this roster have a 90-yard touchdown. So you want to take his away? Like, it's a part of what happened. So if I can tap in to get that, then as an offensive coordinator, I have to figure out how can I get more of that. So what you got, Doc?
I want to caution my good friend Killer Cal about Brevin Jordan. He's just a guy that had one good play.
God damn.
He's had multiple plays though, man. What about the touchdown in the corner of the end zone?
Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. I've watched the guy play because I've been a fan. Like I'm a fan of certain players that I don't talk about a whole lot. Like, let me go ahead and pat myself on the back. I'm the first person that brought to light that Nico Collins was going to be that guy. When Stephon Diggs stepped into town, people still arguing Stephon Diggs is the number 1 and Nico is the number 2. And I said, no, Nico is the number 1. Diggs is the number 1 too. But Nico is not taking a back seat to nobody. So when there's certain players that I like, I do watch them a little closely. Another guy that I'm gonna be keeping my eye on, whether he's gonna be here or somewhere else, is British Brooks.
Oh yeah.
He might not make the team, but I still think that he has the measurables. He has something that I like. So no, Brevin Jordan made more than just one play. I've seen him do some things on the field, but if you're not a fan of his and you're not really checking for him, then that one play will stand out. But it's other plays.
People were trying to say that he's not a good blocker or this and that. But if you had to put it like this, who was the guy? Would you say he's and this is a honest question because I mean, and to me it's a yes, but I want to know what y'all think. Is he Delaney Walker at least?
I said this.
He said Brevin Jordan. He's gonna be in Tennessee before the season over.
Oh, he gonna be in Jacksonville because you say he's just the guy. I mean,
hey, let me tell you something. When they line him up inside and they motion him out, I just want y'all to think of one guy. His last name is Graham. Y'all remember Jimmy Graham?
Yeah.
You mean the 6'8" tight end?
But what I'm saying is, I'm saying a guy that can run. He's faster than linebackers. He's bigger than your nickels and your strong safeties. All you got to do is find a way to get him open. If you scheme the guy open, you can't coach speed. That's one thing he has. He was a former wide receiver. He just grew off into his body. I just feel like it's something there. If it's not nothing there, then we move on. Like, that's cool. But I still feel like it's something there. And if he makes the 53-man roster,
if anybody
forget
can
what
get
I
it
said.
out of him, if anybody can get it out of him, it's supposed to be a tight end coach that's supposed to be real good, right?
If he make the 53-man roster, forget what I say or forget what anybody say. Somebody that over there on Kirby think he's viable to be one of the 53. If he's not, he'll be in Tennessee.
Yeah, you can sell me more on him adding 5 or 10 pounds and becoming a fullback. I don't see him being
that's not his game.
Doc want to turn the man to Vontae Leach, bro.
That ain't forever.
I mean, he's just a guy.
He should get the whole neck roll and everything on
They don't make him like Vontae no more.
Doc, like he got to get everything, man.
They moved British Brooks to fullback last year.
I mean, but he's not a tight end; he's a running back.
And how many times did we actually see British Brooks out there playing? How many snaps did he get at?
He got hurt early, but you got to think British Brooks was trying to make the team, so they could have asked him to bring out 100 water coolers. He was going to do that.
What British Brooks don't have to do to make the team, though, Cal, is come in and I'm talking about. He got to be Superman. He got to be in such good shape that he just pops off.
He's gonna be back. You know he's gonna be back on the practice squad. I just don't want them to get rid of it because they're gonna have to make a decision with Joe Mixon probably at the end of this year. You got to make a decision with Nick.
Killer.
You have to make a decision.
Have you been seeing Chubb? Like Chubb been putting some posts out there, man, and he looking good, bro. Pause.
Well, I said from the beginning that Chubb is going to surprise a lot of people. People are concerned about his injury history, but I just feel like if you're clear about the doctors and you're not timid, then he's had injuries before.
He's saying he can finally work out after the injury. Like this will be the first time that he really can go into the offseason. Like, okay, let me get right. And I think that running game is gonna be something for other teams to really game plan. This is what's gonna make CJ. I look for CJ to be closer to the 70% completion rate this year because he was 62 and 63. Mm-hmm. This running game is gonna make guys have to step up in that box because if you don't, they're just gonna run. And then when that linebacker is playing on his tiptoes, that means you're going forward, then playing on your heels, dropping in your hook zone. CJ just finna get that underneath. That's why I say Noel and Kirk is gonna have a ball, 12 to 15 behind the linebackers in the hook zone. So just watch out for that, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you just preached right there. That should get every Texans fan out there like crunk through the roof because that's actually what's gonna happen. Like we're gonna have such a strong run game that come on with a quarterback like CJ. Come on, this is gonna be like taking candy from a baby, for real. This is Super Bowl. This is like if people think like, okay, y'all on this show and y'all saying that this is a Super Bowl team or it has the potential to be a Super Bowl team. This is what we mean. Like we're not saying this just because we fans and we blindly just saying this. No, this is if this team actually comes together the way that we hoping that it does, and you know what I'm saying, we get Chubb at I don't care. I think we were saying that, man, if we got 75% of what Chubb used to be, but I think we're gonna be in for a surprise, like Patton say. I think that we're gonna probably get maybe we might get a 95. We might get 100% Chubb, man. I'm telling y'all. And if that happens, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm gonna be hard pressed to figure out who my favorite running back is because y'all know I love me some Joe Dean, but man, Chubb, man, when you look at them Chubb highlights, bro, and it's like, hey, that dude.
As long as the egos don't step in, as long as Mixon don't feel obligated that he has to get his 20, 24 carries, because I'm like, I'm gonna ride the hot hand. Like if Chubb is getting 7 yards here, 13 yards here, 24 yards here, yeah, I'm gonna sub you in and out. But it's just gonna be games that it's not gonna be, well, we're gonna be on account that Mixon definitely gonna get his 20 and everybody else just gonna no, I think if you ride the hot hand, you make that other team stop what's making your offense successful. And then when they do that, then you can go back to mixing. So you have options. And that's what I
I
like
hope
the
they
way this
don't.
team is set up.
I hope they don't. I hope that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? I hope the way that the
Mhm.
universe makes it to where they just subbing each other, they spelling each other, and they tapping the helmet, showing love. Like now, bring him
Well,
in.
hey, one other thing. Both of those guys don't feel like their career is over. Both of them are going to be playing for a contract, and both of them is going to want carries. We going into what Mixon's second year, right? So the third year is a team option, right? Third year team option, and Chubb is on a very Texans friendly deal.
Yeah.
Both of those guys are playing for contract. That's why I said I hope that we're winning and both of them buy into their role. Because they buy into their role, Saquon and Henry just got paid because running backs wasn't getting paid for quite some time. So now that teams are looking like they want to pay them, both of them is going to want to put something on film, whether they're going to be resigned here or going somewhere else. So I just hope they buy into it, man.
Those are good points. Chubb will get every third series just like Danny Berry been doing for the last 6 years.
Okay, that's a good point.
Okay.
Chubb got that Nick Casario special, man.
Hey, I think, like you say, we're gonna get a motivated Chubb. So if he's gonna be motivated like that, then yeah, Mixon and if we can get him at that same motivation, which I think Chubb gonna be more motivated because I think with this contract like $3 million or something.
2.5.
Yeah, so bro, come on, bro is finna
it's 2.5 with,
and I think with incentives it can get up to 5, right?
With incentives, it's $5 million.
Yeah,
it is a very friendly deal.
So yeah, he about to turn up, y'all. I'm telling y'all, and I think too, like what we're gonna see, like this training camp, like when we go into training camp, and I wanted to go into that before we got up out of here, y'all. I know we've answered this question on other shows, but I just want to know from each one of y'all, what are y'all looking forward to in training camp? Like, what's the when you open your Twitter or your X up, or what you gonna be looking for?
Can I start off? Because let me start off because they're probably going to call my name in a few minutes. I'm on the list, but let me start because I'm trying to go back and forth and keep my eye on the list.
Okay.
And I'll make it real quick. What I'll be looking for is what I look for every single year. I look for the starters to get their ass up off the field because those first scripted plays are just going to be so generic. It's like pitch and catch, running the ball. I am looking for the second string. I'm looking for when they pull Cam Robinson and Titus Howard off the field, who's going to be the next guys that step up and how long they're going to play. And then I always look at the backups. I'll be looking at the rookies, the Jalen boys. I'll be looking at, what Kalen Bullock is going to do. But I love looking at, like, I want to see did Jawar Jordan, did he improve anywhere? I'm looking for, as Patton affectionately call it, the GOAT. I want to see him get some run. I want to see Stover. Do he got a little spring in his step? Those are the things I always look for. That first 15 plays that the starters do, CJ is going to be 2 for 4 for 18 yards, and he's going to come to the sideline with the sideline reporter and say, "Oh yeah, I really feel good. My arm really feels nice, and it's just great to be out here and happy to see the fans back. Yeah, it feels nice to be with the team." And get that shit off my field. I want to see some backups, and I want to see the depth of this team. So that's what I'm looking for, Nitty.
Hey man, I appreciate that. That was a good in-depth answer. What about you, Patton?
I was gonna go with the O line, but after watching his interview on the pivot, my eyes is on CD. I want to see how he elevates that whole secondary. How he
Okay.
challenges the offense. Like he's a guy that's gonna elevate everybody around him. So my eyes are solely on him.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna be watching it too, man. And I got it. You say he's got an interview on the pivot, so I need to check that
Yeah.
out. Okay, I'm on that as soon as I'm gonna be watching that while I'm eating my dinner. So yeah, Patton. I mean not Patton, Peyton. what are you looking for as far as you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll start on the defensive side. That's the strength of the team. Um, kind of in line with what Cal is saying. The starters, our frontline starters, are good. I don't really need to see anything from them. I just want them to come out healthy. But I have a keen eye on Christian Harris, whether he is going to participate, whether he's healthy, whether he is fighting to be a starter. I also would like to see what the young cornerback looks like. I think that Smith. I forget the name right now from USC.
Oh yeah,
See if he
Jalen.
can,
Yeah,
see
it
if
was
he can be
forward.
a contributor. But offensively, I'm gonna go opposite of Cal. I need to see those starting offensive line in there building the rapport, building reps, getting consistency as a group. I don't want to see a whole bunch of mix and match. I need you to identify who your starters are and then let them gel.
And I believe you have to do that because this is not a team that you like. You don't want to learn this on the job. You don't want week one to come around and we be like, okay, then this is the first time we don't put these guys together. Let's cross our fingers and hope that it works.
All right.
Notice what I said. I said after they run that first 15, because they're probably gonna pull Cam and Titus out. Notice I
Mhm.
said that. Everybody else is gonna. That's when I say that's when you're gonna start to see the chemistry.
That is about
Because
the first 4 weeks of the league, or like week 1 through 4 to me, is about the team gelling together and you seeing what
yeah,
you're gonna have. So you can get away a little bit at
hey,
Titus
those
don't need to
combined.
come out. Titus ain't played right guard before. He need to be in there.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I just feel like that is not going to happen until that second game.
They
You
all
know that
need they all need
they
reps. They all need to gel together. That's what all the tonsil haters were saying, that he never practiced. That the O line couldn't do anything until he got back to regular season. Well, now is the time for everybody to be on an equal basis. No favoritism. Everybody get in there and grind.
I feel like the offensive line had tonsillitis at first. Um, they got the tonsils removed, and I think the boys gonna be able to. They gonna have a voice. They gonna be able to. They gonna do their thing this year, man. And I think Titus Howard stepping up into that leadership role is for a reason. I think he like, hey, that dude up out of here now. I've been wanting to say something. Like I'm telling you, Titus, like, man, I've been wanting to say something, y'all, because Titus, I think, was our last great hope at offensive line that we actually picked. And he's been good. Like, is it safe to say he's the last good offensive line that we pick? Offensive line, other than Ursa, we don't see what we got to see what they're gonna do. But up until right now, as far as what we know, is Titus Howard the best offensive line we've drafted in the last what?
5, 7 years.
Yeah,
By
7 years
default.
like that. Huh?
By default.
Yeah.
Can you say that question again, Nitty?
What? Which one? About which one? Because I'm looking at your comment.
This
It just
Titus
come up.
Howard the best
Oh yeah,
offensive
is
lineman
he the
we didn't
best
drafted.
offensive lineman that we done had like over the last 7 years that we drafted? He was
Yeah.
supposed to be the Dwayne Brown. Remember, when we picked him, he was supposed to be the heir apparent to Dwayne Brown. He was supposed to be an he was a tight end before or something like that. He was real good on his feet and all of that, but bro never seen left tackle, and so I think so. I think it's safe to
You
say that
know,
he is.
Dr. Payton said something a couple of weeks back that you have Juice, you have Fisher, and
Ursery.
well, with Ursary, but we'll start with Juice and Fisher. Both of them were high draft picks. If those two guys, if you're still, if those at the beginning of the season, if those two guys are not starters on the field, then you're going to have to start questioning Casario inability to choose lines because Fisher should be started. Like that every time that first year of any player, especially on the line, you kind of have to, a lot of times they don't know their strength. They don't know how strong they are. They don't know the strength of the people that they're playing against. So you have a 17 game uh, base level to study, and then you have the off season to get ready. So you're going to have this nutrition plan, this workout plan, this stretch plan, this rest plan, everything. So when you come back that second year, you should be ready because that first year is like a red shirt, but you are playing red shirt. If you're not contributing and you don't have a concrete starting position, and this is for Juice and Fisher, one was drafted in the first, one was drafted in the second, you have to start thinking like, damn, what is really going on with our selection on the line? I think
Man,
Doc had brought that up a couple of weeks back.
Y'all still got to watch out for Howard too, man. Like they've been saying Howard been looking good. Ain't that his name, right? The Howard, the other offensive line we took from Michigan.
Henderson.
Oh, God. Yeah, Henderson. Henderson, they say was looking good, but we don't know if that was just, you know what I'm saying?
If you get something out of Henderson and Patton, he was drafted. I mean, he was an undrafted free agent or seventh round.
Seventh round.
If you get something out of him, and I understand Patton knows better that he was injured, he would have went further up in the draft. But these two guys, you scouted, concentrated, and these are guys that you focused on. Patterson and Fisher. Both of those guys should be starting. Like it should be beyond a shadow of a doubt that both of those guys should be starters and they should be competent starters. They should be looking over their shoulders. Yeah, Scruggs and Fisher. They should be competent starters. They was drafted high enough to be competent starters. So that's one thing to look at, Nitty. Those two guys
up
specifically.
In the second round for both of them.
Specifically, you got to be looking at both of those guys. So,
yep, man. Pat, did you answer? Oh, okay. Well, what I'm be looking at far as training camp is and we will be out there. What I'll be looking for is some shade first of all, and then after I find the shade, I will start looking like something that Doc said that I agree with. Jalen Smith. The guy from USC, I want to see if he probably could step into that third cornerback role, but I do not want y'all to sleep on Arnett, man. That dude was a first round talent for a reason, and he kind of brought himself back up with the Roughnecks. And it would be poetic justice that, he comes back to the Texans and he gets like exactly, we get that Arnett that actually came into the league that went over there to the Raiders before he turned up over there. Because the Raiders had a wild locker room. It was a lot of people went to jail over there. But anyway, I'm going to be watching Arnett, just that third cornerback. I just want to know who that third corner is going to be, who's going to solidify themselves there. I think every other piece to the team is set. Higgins, I think he's going to be a crowd favorite. Everybody going to be looking to see what Higgins does because he's the new toy. You want to see how he's moving out there, and also Noel. But not only that, I want to see D'Amico. This is D'Amico's third year, and I just feel like this is the time when you really fall into who you are as a head coach. He got a street named after him, in Bessemer, Alabama over the summer. Just last a couple of weeks ago, to be honest with you. But just want to see, man, because now I feel like he's a veteran coach. When you your first year, they say, hey, they're going to almost say it with your name all the time. First year coach. And when you in your second year, they it's almost like they just talking about your first and how this is your second year and how is this going to be for you. That third year is when you OG, you the veteran, and you set in your ways. And I think that when D'Amico came to the team and he said that, you know, he was going to bring this swarm mentality, I think he succeeded in that. I think that that's actually like his the makeup of the team. So I just want to see that just, you know, get bigger. Pause. I want to see that you know, become more of a thing in the forefront as especially on the offensive side of the ball. But yeah, that's what I want to see, man. I want to see guys just really embrace the swarm, and you know, D'Amico really put his, you know, hang his nuts in this league, man, and really let them know, like, hey, my defense, y'all gonna have to come up with some new rules again, because Mike Tomlin, I heard him saying the other day, I was watching the interview, and he was like, hey, y'all didn't know that a lot of those rules for player safety came because of that team when they had Palomalu and all them guys out there, Ryan Clark. They had some hitters out there. Who else? The guy that got the Super Bowl and ran it.
James Harrison.
Oh, they had some people that was going to tear your head off on that defense. And you ain't seen it until you just seen what these Texans are, bro. I think that the league is going to be on notice that, hey, watch these guys, bro, because they gonna have players scared, bro. Scared. My bad. I said that. I brought out my southern accent. But check this out. This is what I'm saying. I watched something the other day, and I was watching. I told you I've been watching a lot of old Texans games, and I looked at a game from 2024, and this vision came over me. Right. I said, man, finally, you know, teams are gonna come to Houston, and they're gonna fear that uniform. Like the Texans are finally, like, to me, and I know people might say, what about when JJ Watt and you had Mario Williams was hurt most of that year anyway, but this is the first time, bro, where we have a team where it's like it's full of headhunters, and that's the rule. That's the motto. Like, we going out here and it's a dog at every position. Like, man, the Texas defense is going to be something to be feared this year, just like them Pittsburgh Steelers defense, just like those Chicago defenses. We're going to be feared.
The last one that I can really think of is that Legion of Boom.
Correct.
People were really like, and I think the point that you're making is when they come to Houston, or when Houston come to town, that everybody on that offense is going to say, hey, man, them boys be hitting over there. They be hitting. And when the game is over with, you're going to see a couple of guys that ain't going to be walking off the field, upright.
D'Amico
be some limping.
D'Amico literally said that that's how he wanted his defenses to play. And then he brought the facts. He actually said that if you went back and looked at San Francisco, I forgot what year that was, but it was one year when D'Amico was the defensive coordinator. But every time a team played San Francisco, whether they won or lost, next week they lost the game because the team would just be so sore and beat up. You know what I'm saying? It took 2 weeks to recover from a game after playing D'Amico Ryan's defense. And we see it here in Houston, man. So I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, that's what I forgot. It was something that happened last year. Oh yeah, with Shire, where they were saying, about us becoming the villains, and there was a big split between the Texans community, and you had people talking about, I don't want to be the villain. Man, I was like, that's what we need to be, because too many years and for too much time and too many years, people looked at the Texans as a pushover. That's what we were. When we were getting beat, team. Yeah, we was friendly. They got them choir boys over there. Like it's a new day, man. It's a new day, bro. We got CJ, GJ out here, man. We can get players like that now. You know what I'm saying? We would never pick up a player like that, bro. I remember, man, there used to be a time that when what they call that, the off season would start, and I think it would be March 1st when you could start signing players, and it would always be some dogs out there. And you just would know in your heart as a Texans fan that dude ain't got no chance of coming here to this team. You just knew it. But bro, man, is it anything y'all want to bring, man, before we get ready to get up out of here?
Real quick, if we don't have to expound on it, As you were talking about Noel and Higgins, we forgot about two guys that's gonna really be. I think one is gonna get traded, and the other one is gonna be walking a tightrope because two other guys is in the building too. Um, Mechie and Hutch. Hey, that fifth and sixth wide receiver spot is going to be open. I don't think that when Watson and Berrios signed their contract, they didn't come here just to say, yeah, we're going to chill in the summertime in the H. We just camp bodies. They looked at the roster and they got with their agent and say, hey, yeah, that's an opportunity. You have to think sometimes some players look at other players and say, I'm better than him, or I fit in that scheme. Even if it's a fifth or sixth wide receiver, I fit over there. Because they have other opportunities. But why did they choose the Texans?
I thought you was literally gonna say Mechie and Hutchinson, man.
That's what I said. I said Mechie and Hutchinson.
Oh, but I thought, you went to Berrios and Watson. My bad.
No, that's what I said. I said when the initial question is who we need to watch, and I forgot about Mitch and Hutch. Our ball's gonna have to be on them because two other guys signed contracts to come here, and they knew that the first four positions is already sold up. So when Watson and Berrios signed their contract, they didn't come here just to be camp bodies. They came here to be a part of first of all, CJ. I mean, CJ being the quarterback. Yeah. So it's like, I got a chance to play with CJ. And then they look at the fifth and sixth wide receiver spot and say, oh yeah, I'm better than those guys. I'm better than Hutchinson. I'm better than Mitchell. And they say, and so that's what you're gonna have to watch for. That fifth and sixth wide receiver spot.
My bad that I misheard that because when I heard you say Berrios and Watson, it's like it raised my eyebrows because I almost forgot that, like, yeah, we got them guys. So it's about to be a crazy, like them bottom four wide receivers, that's about to be a crazy competition, bro. Like that's almost gonna be at the top of my list. I definitely gotta watch that because I forgot about those two players, bro. And you're right. I don't think they came here to play.
John Mitch is gonna get traded to Carolina for a 6th round with the conditions to be a 5th round pick.
You heard it here first, especially if that's actually what it ends up being. We gotta make. Hey, I'm gonna clip this part of the show and I'm gonna put it right up under when they announce it.
Go right on and throw in Brevin Jordan.
Hey man.
Hey, that's crazy right there. That's why I didn't want to say throw him in. Go ahead and put that boy in there.
Oh boy.
Man,
Doc never disappoints, man.
y'all already know, man, that I appreciate y'all guys taking y'all time out to chop it up, man. And you know what I'm saying? We do this every Tuesday and every Friday. What AD say? AD talking about he gone. Hey, Messi gone, we know he gone, but Xavier, they need Xavier here. That's big bro. He gonna look out for Noel and you know.
I think yeah, they staying at his house. Gonna make the team.
They staying at his house while they looking for a crib right now. They all at his
exactly. I said that when we were when they got drafted. I say he's gonna be the guy that shows them around the city how to function inside of that building. You know, he's gonna. Yep.
That's all he got to worry about. But man, Patton, is there anything you want to bring before we get up out of here, bro? Because you dipped out for a few seconds.
I'm hungry.
Oh, okay, man. I'm about to go eat too, man. Look, we appreciate y'all checking us out. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. We will be back here Friday, and you know, the news is gonna start ramping back up, man. So you know, y'all, I'm looking forward to that too because. But we've been juggling topics. Shout out to all the Texans content creators out there because I've been checking y'all out. Yeah, it's been hard, man. It's hard out here for a pimp. But we're gonna make it do what it do, man. And
hey, Nitty, I got a quick bone to pick with you, Nitty.
Okay, pick the bone.
Real quick. Yeah, pause that one. Bring it back. Hey man, I'm out here on the road between San Antonio and Laredo.
Word.
So in the morning, you know, it's burritos that ain't sitting right on my stomach, pizzas and everything. Hey man, you be posting that good food in the group chat, in our chat. Say, bro. Hey man. Hey man. Hey,
Hey,
that is not the time, man. I'll be
hey,
like, man, this dude here is tripping.
I'm gonna tell you this real quick, man. That baked chicken and rice that I did the other day, like when I tell y'all that like, and it was my first time ever trying it. It came out perfect, bro. I'm talking about way better than I expected. It's definitely gonna be something that I make all the time now. And I don't know if y'all ever made it's like a one pot, like you get your chicken, the rice, why it's raw, hard rice. Put your broth and the vegetables and your season, all that stuff in there, the Lipton onion soup mix, and you put that, just put it in the oven, bro, for 2 hours and let it come out and let it. Oh my God, I'm about to go eat something right now, but I'm just
Hey,
saying though.
Pat, I get up in the morning and I look at our group chat, and he got this big steak sandwich, them green onions falling out, and I'm looking through this. I'm looking through this little glass container with all these tacos and fried burritos. Hey, sir, may I take your order? Yeah, give me that. Whatever. Just give me some. Hey, stop doing that, man.
Hey,
Give me something.
yeah, I'm gonna keep
Hey,
trying to
be safe on that road, Cal.
motivation, man.
Hey, thanks,
Travel
man.
light.
I appreciate it, man.
Definitely travel
Yeah.
light on that road,
Hey,
man.
did they
And,
straighten out I-10 between San Antonio and Houston? I gotta hit it Thursday.
Yeah, it's all right. It was a straight piece when I came up here.
Because there was traffic 3 weeks ago in 4 different spots when I went in early June.
Nah, I've been up here. Sunday made my 3rd week, and so I drove up there that Sunday morning and straight shot.
Okay, great.
So,
man,
but yeah, I'm holding it down, man. Appreciate the prayers, man. And hey, I was 87 miles away trying to get here. I'm like, man, I got to get back on the show because the last show I kept cutting out when Sarge had his own.
I could
And I
definitely
was
tell you
like,
got to be closer, bro, because your Wi-Fi was banging tonight.
it was.
Good. Like, you sound like you was at the house. But
Yeah.
man, like I say, man, we appreciate everybody out there in YouTube land who checked us out. Make sure y'all check us out Friday, man. What else is that? Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We're gonna dip up out of here. What they say, hey fellas, keep doing what y'all doing. We love it. Appreciate that, Julius Harris, my bad. Oh yeah, I gotta do the shout out before we get up out of here. Let me shout out everybody in the bull ring. Big shout out to Brandon, man. You already know what it is. AD, man, appreciate you. T Jones, appreciate you. Larry Payton, even though you on the panel, appreciate you. Sarge, man, definitely appreciate you, my guy. Let's see. And I think that was it. And Julius Harris, man, appreciate you. Oh yeah, I'm missing somebody. Willie was up here. I think I just scrolled too fast. Yeah, but appreciate you too, Willie, man. Yeah, Willie Jackson, man, appreciate you too, my guy. And man, we'll be back here Friday, y'all. And up until then, man, y'all stay safe. Prayers to everybody out there, and definitely prayers to everybody on the show, man, because I know we need it. But
sure do. Thank you.
Hey, no doubt, man. Texas on 3, man. We'll see y'all Friday, y'all. We up out of here.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.